All right, Adam, you ready to start? Oh, fuck. Welcome back to the podcast, the Schmeat Nation 3 podcast presented by Power Director. As always, it is I, Commissioner Kale, going to something I haven't done in like 4 years, recording the podcast alone. When Adam told me he was not going to be there, I just immediately sent a text message saying me and him are doing everything we can to make it the best podcast ever. And here we are. And actually, the bit worked so well. Adam texted me thinking I misinterpreted when he said he's not going to be able to film the podcast. So we're good there. We're good there. Welcome in Thanksgiving week. Let's rip it. Jumping into the matchups here. I mean, it's been this way all year. My team goes down by a number of points that you expect to overcome. I'd lose 123 to 133 to Andrew in this one. Not what you want to see, actually. Just devastating performance. Still season not apparently over. Andrew picks up a nice win here. I think almost virtually the exact same score from our week one matchup. I don't have my statistician Adam here to confirm that, but I'll attempt to do it seamlessly as we jump into the next matchup here. But GG to Andrew. Not even close. My guys just can never go over the top there. And you can throw up a goose egg and negative point from defense and still beat me by 10. So, one of us going to the playoffs, the other probably not. Something we could say about our next matchup here is Jamie gets the monkey off her shoulder, takes down Parker 190 to 92, almost a full event horizon. And for us Parker haters, I was in the suit and tie the other day. It's just exactly what you expect from his team. It's been horrible all year. Some would say worse than my team, and that's just not what you want to hear. So Jamie picks up a much needed W for her bye week chase, and Parker goes down. And at this point, it's thinking like we'll get someone's name on the trophy for his second time in back-to-back years. Terrifying to see here. If you were in the playoffs, I would be afraid. Moving on into the next matchup, Seth at 4-8 takes down Eddie pretty handedly here. Seth exactly what he needed. He struggled last week. It seemed bad. Things seemed like they were not going to go well as he closed out the season. He comes back and drops up a 141. So exactly where he needed to be. On the other side, this was the week I thought Eddie was going to prove himself. I thought big upset win against Seth, get some momentum, really look poised for a playoff push, and he really dropped the ball on it. I didn't predict that because I'm not crazy, but he couldn't get it done. This was his chance. So drops to 4-8. I know what that's like. Probably over, but he probably has a better shot at getting it than me. Moving into another matchup here, the closest one on the week. Yeah, 7-point victory to Bradley. Doesn't put the nail on the coffin of Reese quite yet, but we talked about the importance of Reese separating himself. He had an opportunity here of Eddie going down, could not follow through. Loses to 7 to Brad. Stuff he could have done was play Michael Pittman over Xavier Worthy. Does it win him the game, though? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. He would have needed more. But, yeah, I guess it's over Cedric Tillman. So there was some opportunity there. Meanwhile, on Brad's side, not exactly the performance we've expected from this guy. I think there was some buys. Oh, my God. Yeah, picks up a bye week there. We won't harp too much on it. But the marquee headline – top story tonight, Adam falls to Jasper. So I don't know if there's a storyline here. I don't know if Jasper's always won. Someone knows that probably. So Jasper 166 though, and this is what we said from his team. He has the opportunity to do this at any moment. Did we expect it to be this week with the matchups he had? No, but here it is. And couldn't have come at a better time for us playoff race hopefulers. Again, 4-8, maybe not Jay yet, but man, Adam a little shaky here. He did have 0 from the kicker, did have Jamar Chase on by. You anticipate that, he gets him in over someone and he drops 20. So no, but he lost 166 to 120. So, it wouldn't have even mattered. And this is a little shaky from Adam. Jumping in, and then he loses to J-Yip and then misses the podcast. Day in and day out, I'm here. Except for that 3-week stretch where I wasn't here. Jumping into the next one, and you think you can quit just after the loss says. Jumping into the next one here, Connor 181. Let that sink in, and a sixth place spot. I never thought I would say those words 11 weeks ago about Connor's team. That is impressive. He might have already done this before this year. I can't even remember, but huge win for Connor. It's his game now. He's in playoff contention, just needs to finish it out. And who knows, he might have the easiest schedule to do that with. So props to him. Max, obviously a bye week, but 181. Max team probably not doing that. All right. Moving on into a special edition of the rankings here. This is how wrong week. This is how I have it going down. I think after the week she just had, what was it, 190? Yeah, after a week like that, is anyone arguing that Jamie is in the top spot here? I don't think so. This has been more than in the cards. I think she has a great shape up this week, followed by a guy whose corner I have been in for a while. This has nothing to do with any macroeconomic factors involving number of people here to record the podcast at all. Seth in there deservedly at number 2. Adam at 3. Little nervous after last week. He also lost a running back there. Hate to see it. Andrew at 4. Another guy who I feel like I've had to champion a little bit, but just does it day in, day out. He got a big dub last week against a bad opponent, but I think he's looking fairly good. And like we've said all this season, these top 4 guys, pretty easy to rank. But I'm going to be honest, I might say it's easy to rank the next 3 as well. And you know what? A next 4 seem pretty easy for me. Well, I liked Bradley at 5. The single guy, the 5th place person was easy for me to rank at number 5 there. I like the way he's looking, especially with the playoffs now secured. I think he's got a good unit. I gotta go look. I don't even know what his unit looks like. Yeah, he has a great team. Look at the player rankings. Like number 1 tight end. A little worried with that one guy coming in, but who knows. Then we had Eddie. I think it's pretty clear that Eddie has a worse team than Bradley. If only there was some way for us to know for certain, like at Monday at 9:00 at night, like some sort of head-to-head matchup, then we would really know. But you know what? Now that I look at it, maybe it's better than Brad's. I guess we'll find out. We'll see later on when they're next to each other. But yeah, I think they both easily have a team better than Reese. I think I give too much credit to CMC here when I look at Reese's team against Connor's, which, who knows? I can't load either of the pages, so it's internet goes down while you're talking about Connor's. It's poetic. Reese here again. I would love to pit these 2 guys against each other in some fashion, but I don't know if I can make that happen as commissioner. That's it. It was the Taysom Hill angle. I still think Christian McCaffrey's projected way too much, and then Connor's yeah. I mean, there's some obvious guys here, absolute dogs, but the other ones are a little worried to me. Like his best receiver is probably Juwan. Other guys, are they consistent? Maybe, I don't know. And then on Reese's side, the wide receiver is also bad. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not confident by any ranking now, except for these bottom 4. This is what I think. So J-Yip at 9. I think the team's bad, but I think he has a better chance of winning than some of the other guys on any given week. He has ceiling potential. Parker doesn't have any ceiling potential, but doesn't have a terrible team like me. Horrible team. Max, also a bad team. All right, let's jump into the rankings. Hopefully we just did the rankings. Let's jump into the matchups. Hopefully that was clear. Moving into the first one here, and this is a shit bowl if I've ever seen a shit bowl. Not ideal. A lot of teams battling it out. We'll check the rankings every now and again during these, but 11 and 12 going at it in Kieran's rankings. Okay, here we go. 4 and 8 in 11th in my heart as well, going against 3 and 9 Max. Max, the only team outside of the playoffs that is officially eliminated from the playoffs. Flawless. On my side, just a trending down if I've ever seen it. This is, oh, the graph is atrocious. I mean, just not what you want to see from me. Oh, I'm looking at Max. Oh, no. Orange is max and just a huge trend down. That's right. My graph is literally a fucking straight line. Are you goddamn kidding me? I thought for a brief moment I got 174. Oh my god. Max has been trending down. Me has just been trending. No direction, just trending. And honestly, it's pretty damn tough for me to choose myself, even though it should be fairly easy, and that just has summed up the season. Brian Robinson probably won't play. Give me Max here to eliminate me from the playoffs. It's almost a poetic end. Don't need to harp on this one too much. I'm recording the podcast. I don't think he watches the podcast. Moving on to the next one here. Adam Rocket at 9-3 versus 5-7 Parker. Parker's still very much alive in the playoffs despite his team being absolute garbage. Just impressive to see, honestly. And week 1 or week 2, Adam dominated Parker. And I honestly, I think that's going to happen again. Do we need to touch on why? Probably not. Adam, a billion good players. Parker has a guy on his team who his girlfriend's friend knows this guy. That's just something you never want that. That's the Alex Collins maneuver. And not even any guy's injured. This is just straight up his team. So you hate to see it. Give me Adam in this one here. I guess normally Adam writes this down. I guess I'm just saying this to the ether. So, but give me Adam in this one. Moving in, Jamie at 9-3 against a ceiling capable Jasper at 4-8. Jasper fighting for his season. If he can get some luck and put up some big bombs, he can make the playoffs. But I do not see any chance of that happening here. Jamie's team absolutely dominant, has consistency, 148 average. It just seems unlikely that Jasper can do anything. But great team, actually. I'm starting, now that I look at it, maybe I need to move him up in the power rankings. So he already got disrespected by me. Give me Jamie just like in week 2, but man, Jay, he's actually got a unit. All right, moving on. Huge matchup here. Mirror mode matchup. 8-4. Amon Ra Dog goes up against 4-8. Himothy University. Bradley versus Eddie. And honestly, looking at the week 2, where Bradley beat Eddie 133-99, it tells me what I need to know about this matchup. Like, quite frankly, Brad's team has the chance to win the whole thing, and Eddie's team is a fantasy football team. The one thing I'm concerned about here is CJ Stroud. He does have the easiest matchup for quarterbacks in existence this year, so I think he's going to outperform Jalen Hurts. So fire up that parlay, Reese, and then really a lot of up and comers for Brad. I think the graph will probably look good. Let's check the colors. Yep, him at the university in orange, Bradley in black. Important to check that. He has been peaking. He had a weird win last week, but Bradley has been trending up, so he should have a bounce back week there. I will take him, but this one is razor tight, and Eddie is his whole season's on the line. So it's a must win for him. Maybe the boys will step up, keep the matchups. You can run on the Jets. You can throw on the Ravens. Oof, I do not know. Let's flip the coin. All right, heads is Eddie, tails is Bradley. Oh, shit. Well, in that moment, I realized I wanted to go for Brad. Jumping now in. This is, man, there are some juggernaut matchups. Holy shit. The final 3 are some marquee matchups. Seth at 8-4 going up against Andrew at 8-4. Projections here give Andrew a 1.7 edge over Seth. In week 13, Andrew still being alive. We have not seen this before in the history of Schmeat Nation 3. So pretty crazy. The player rankings are there from both sides. You don't hate either of these teams. I think I'll say it. Andrew a little more scrappy. Guys like Cortland Sutton, Chuba Hubbard, Seth definitely like the Lamborghini of teams here with some just sexy names. And then I guess Gus Edwards. So I have Seth higher in the rankings, and I'm wondering if I have to go with those. We know the ceiling potential of Andrew, though. Week 2 was ugly. Both these teams want to show they've got offense. Oof. I will have to go matchups with it. You got to give Lamar the edge there. Running backs go in favor of Andrew, but that's Gus Edwards is sneaky. I think Dobbins is going to miss. Ooh, boy, wide receiver ones both have great matchups. I think it's going to come down to Quentin Johnson, Hunter Henry, way worse duo than Zay Flowers, Trey McBride. And then really Garrett, Terry, and Cortland and Chuba, that's a push to me. I think it comes down to those wide receivers, that Zay and Quentin Johnson and the tight end. Keep the defense. Oh, I would not play. This guy has That's a crazy move. There's no way he keeps Bears C, but he's got to do it by tomorrow morning. Oof. Yeah, give me Seth in this one. I worry about the defense a lot and that Quentin Johnson play. Who's he got? I guess D Hop. Oh, and he's missing Mooney. Okay, so he should have some choices if D Hop can turn it around for the playoff push. But yeah, give me Seth in that one. Oof, man, nearly game of the week contention. But here we go. Thanksgiving game of the week. We got the Giant Geckos hosting the Marginal Mans. Both teams 5-7. Incredible playoff chances here. A lot of smack talk coming in from people who say Reese's team is horrible. I theoretically ranked Reese higher than Connor here. A lot of people are in Connor's bandwagon. I think that's because he holds 6 at the moment. With this game on the radar, Parker likely to lose. Man, this is huge. I think this guy, let's peep the standings. Don't know if I did that. Adam usually says peep the standings. Yeah, 3 teams at 5-7. You could have sole position of playoffs going into the final week. Oh, I remember Reese's team's horrible in points for. Oh my god, this is why I chose it. I don't know why I'm so surprised. I picked the game of the week. I'm so excited about it. All right. Jumping in. Ooh, both these guys have had a hell of a season. Let's look at the timeline. Wow, all over the place here. But Connor with a trend up, and Reese was until last week. Oh, yeah, no, I'm looking at it right. Ooh, boy, coming off that 180. Wow, what happened? Nothing. He's got all the same guys. Oh, and that Tank Dell in Jacksonville. Wow, but I get ahead of myself here. It's the number 2 and 3 ranked QB. Who do you choose there? Baker's at Carolina, which you can run all over them. Oof, give me Joey B. Give me Joey B there. Go moving in. We got Saquon against CMC. You have to go Saquon here. I've been a Saquon guy every year of my life. The first time I don't fucking take him, he's number 1 running back overall. I can't disrespect him anymore. He does still have Kareem Hunt in. I think Isaiah Pacheco's going to go. Who do you play there? That is an interesting matchup. But then, man, are the wide receivers good? No. No one on this unit has. This one is really a toss-up. The fact that it's projecting Reese 140 is kind of insane. I guess he's got. Man, this guy is just. What is Reese? I don't think this guy's good. He's getting baited by a 16.8 in Buffalo when I doubt he even played him. Oof, Reese, look, he even always does 2 after it, but who's he got on the bench? Reese just texted me Lamau. Yeah, that is crazy. You do have no bench. I gotta go Connor. He's got ahead of Steam. He's got 180. And yeah, the projections are just disrespectful. His average is 143. It's just they do not believe. And this is quite the move from him to play Packers D into Miami. That's his boy Tua going in there. Yeah, give me Connor. That'll lock it up. Great episode. Hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. I think I was trying to keep this one short. Now it's like fucking 30 minutes. But all right, we'll see everyone on the flip. Good luck to people chasing those playoffs.